Area code 310. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show. You got something you want to report tonight? You're on air. How you doing?
Very good. How are you, Blake?
Doing great. You're coming in loud and clear. Appreciate you calling in. What's on your mind tonight?
Okay, I'm sorry. I had few drinks, but I've been trying to call for the last month, and I just wanna report an experience that I had in my house with alien beings exiting the ceiling in my living room.
Oh, you've called into the right place. This is Third Phase Moon. That's where you share your UFO sighting and alien experiences. How did this all get started? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It was two different episodes, like two parts. Okay. The second part started in this year around February 2017. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Sorry. And the first experience I experienced with these beings leaving the ceiling in my living room, it was around October 2016. I had experienced sleep paralysis through my entire life, but I never knew what was causing it. But I'm very sensitive to energies, auras, and entities in my house since I was a child. Last October 2016, I woke up from a very deep sleep paralysis. When I woke up, I noticed this thing leaving my ceiling in my living room because I have a small house and I sleep in the living room. I have a bed where my husband and I would sleep, and I noticed this entity leaving the ceiling in my house. It looked like I didn't notice in the beginning. It looked like a spider or like long hands exiting the ceiling in my floor, in my ceiling, and in February 2017, I couldn't put the puzzles together because I was still confused. I didn't know if it was a hand or a spider, but I noticed this being in 2017 on the other side in my ceiling exiting, and it looked like, if you guys ever watched the movie Prometheus, it looked like just that, like a being with like a oval head and arms crawling like a fetus position, leaving the ceiling on my, in my house. And the thing is like when he was leaving, he crawled up in a fetus position and he left. But the thing is, like, the biggest fear in my body came through. And the only thing that I could think is like, Jesus Christ. I asked for God to, like, protect me and give me strength to see what I was experiencing. And as soon as I called the name of Jesus, I know a lot of people have different beliefs, but it was very scary. I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. But when I saw this thing leaving the floor and the ceiling in my living room, I called the name of Jesus. And as soon as I did that, I felt like a warm feeling that came behind me and protected me, and helped me realize and to see what I was experiencing. And I know it wasn't good because I had other experiences, like really deep, that a lot of people, like, sometimes I do share with my coworkers, but they think I'm crazy, but sometimes when I don't share, I feel like I'm going to go out of my mind, you know.
Well, this is, I'm sure, very sensitive for you to share this, especially on air, and you're doing an amazing job explaining your experience. I want to get a little bit more detail on exactly what this being looked like. What color were its eyes? And
it was like this being looked like rubbery, like gray, like dark color, kind of like rubbery, like kind of like a gray rubbery dark color, you know. His head was elongated. It was kind of like a shell skull, kind of like if you guys ever saw the movie Aliens, like the mother alien, like, you know, kind of like elongated. It didn't look like a regular alien. I never one time I experienced like a little small being because I have a hallway that leads from my kitchen to my living room where I sleep. It's a big little room, so I set up my bed in there. This thing was very creepy. It was like a 3 foot, and I noticed it was peeking through my curtains because I have a curtain that leads from my kitchen to the living room, but it wasn't not like that different. This being was like the movie Prometheus, like the mother queen, kind of like the head was like long, but the way it was exiting the ceiling in my house, it crawled up like a fetus position. And when it crawled up, I noticed the long fingers. It was a long fingers, but it was like rubbery, a gray, kind of black-looking being, you know. And I know it's not. I feel like these things come from different portals. Like I listen a lot from Stephen Quayle, you know. And I know they're entities, they come from different dimensions, you know.
So let me ask you, so you're saying that this being was shaped like some people would say a xenomorph. That's how it's explained in the movie Aliens. So this thing kind of looked like an insect almost with teeth?
No, it was more like if you like kind of like an insect, but it was more like the mother alien, the Prometheus, like the one that laid eggs. Like her head was like elongated, like round. It was round, you know, and the face was just like the movie. You know, you can see the teeth, you know, but it was just like crawling up, leaving the ceiling in my house. And you know, it was the scariest. I never, ever experienced anything like that in my life. But the only thing, you know, everybody, I respect people's beliefs, but I know this thing, you know, as soon as I called the name of Jesus, I felt protected. I felt like someone was behind me, and I almost felt like I was having a heart attack. You know, it was really horrifying experience. And I've been trying to call for the last month and a half, but for some reason I feel afraid to call, share my experience because, you know, there's a lot of people that they do not believe that there's something out there. And I know there's something out there because I experience this all the time. You know, I have paranormal activities in my house. I have experienced clouds, black, dark shadows, clouds floating in my house. I have seen red orbs in the sky, but I never seen saucers or anything. But I seen other stuff, you know, that I think is really weird.
let me ask you this: why do you think they're coming for you? Is there a message that you hear? Are they trying to communicate with you? You
You know
seem
what?
genuinely scared from this.
I'm not too sure, Blake, but since I was a child, I had experienced a little bit in the paranormal. Like I predicted when my great grandma was dying 4 hours before she left. I have seen shadow people in my house and other places, and I don't know. My mom and my dad experienced this alien encounter back in the I believe it was 1970, 72, when my sister was, she was almost being born. My mom and dad drove through the desert of Mexico, and they told me that when they were driving through the Mexican Sonora desert, they saw this light that went down in the same level of their car, and then it was following them like 45 minutes. Like they were driving 80 miles per hour, and they were very afraid. They knew it was not something normal, but I feel like maybe because I was on the back of the car, I don't know, maybe they had, what do you call it, a time loss, and my dad said, he just died 2 months ago, and before he died, I asked him, Dad, what was that? And he's like, I never experienced that before in my life, and it was true. We saw this light following us for 45 minutes, but after that, we just kind of lost time for like an hour, but I do get that all the time. I feel like I get a lot of time lost. Sometimes I used to, like, it happens you don't know when it's going to happen. I never know when that's going to happen, but it's been times when I woke up with bruises, like burns in my arms, and I just don't know, I just don't recall it burning myself, but I don't know, maybe I'm the Mexican, I'm not like Indian or anything or Irish, but you never know, maybe they're doing something, and, every time I have this sleep paralysis, which I get all the time, but I never know when I'm going to get them. I just call the name of Jesus, and as soon as I do that, everything stops, everything stops.
Well, yeah, in the state of panic, there are many people that use Jesus' name. They say it like Jesus Christ when they see something insane. It's almost a natural reaction for a lot of people, but it's interesting. I'm wondering about this being now. You're saying it's in the movie Prometheus, and I'm kind of remembering.
The mother queen. Like the mother queen, the one that has the elongated head, like ram. I mean, I never seen anything like that. Like I was trying to puzzle the two incidents together, because in the beginning, when it happened last year in October, I had no idea whether it was a spider or like a hen. But in this year, in February 2017, when I saw this being, it was like on the side, because he was exiting in the ceiling, but on my right side. The first time it happened on the left, but the last time it happened on the right side, and I got it. I see the whole body, like crawling up in a fetus position, in the hands. Oh my God, it's just so creepy.
So
they were long, and it's like alien hands. It wasn't 4 fingers. I know. It was like 5 or maybe 6. They were long. And as this being was or entity was crawling in a fetus position, exiting the ceiling of my house. You can see the hands, and it was the creepiest thing I ever. I mean, I've seen other things, but if I didn't call the name of God, Jesus, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack and die. I never experienced the biggest fear in my body. It was really bad.
It sounds so frightening. You're saying this thing was crawling on your ceiling in your bedroom, and it almost was like a spider?
The way it was leaving, I didn't see no portal, nothing, no gate, nothing. It was like it's transparent, like if you have your hand or something in above the ceiling, and all suddenly you go out and it's gone. I mean, it was just crazy.
Well, let me ask you this. Would it be all right if I bring in a few people that are calling in? They might have a question for you, because this is quite an experience you've had.
I know. Okay. It's just, but Blake, I want to let you know that before the first experience, the first, that was in October. Before that, I experienced 2 experiences. The first experience before the second, it was this. I woke up in a very deep sleep paralysis because I know what's going on. I cannot move. I cannot talk. I have the biggest fear. I don't see what's in there. I cannot open my eyes. But when I opened my eyes the first time, I noticed this orb. It was a 7-foot orb, kind of like a man body shape, floating above where I was sleeping. When I opened my eyes, this thing, it's kind of like a big 7, kind of like a shadow, like a shadow of a man over me, and it was really scary. After that, my husband,
the shadow people. That's so scary. That's so scary. We've heard so many accounts of these shadow people that there's something about it, and there's something going on. Tell you what, we're gonna get people to call in, and if you've got a question for this caller right here, all you have to do is press number 1 on your touchpad, whatever device you're using, and maybe you could get a question into this incredible caller. This is frightening at one point, but this is things we need to hear. Everybody, stand by. Third Phase of Moon Radio. We'll be right back. out of this world testimony coming in live right here on Third Phase Moon Radio. It's the place to share your experience in regards to the UFO alien phenomenon happening every day around the world, 24/7. Let's see. We had the caller drop out. I'm wondering if this is the same caller. Area code 310. Are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, well, can I give you a name? What's your first name?
Okay, Elena.
All right, Elena. Okay, great. Hey, thanks for you calling in, because I know this has been very amazing for you, and you're explaining it to us like you're experiencing it all over again. This is bringing back these memories, these terrifying memories that you've experienced. Do you
Yes.
do you feel anything good about what you experienced? Do you feel privileged? Because there's a lot of people that would love to have this kind of experience no matter what the circumstance, just to know that we're not alone. What do you think? Is this an extraterrestrial experience, or go ahead?
No, definitely. This is, I know we're not alone. I know there's life out there, but these experiences, they have not been pleasant, I mean, no, I would not wish anybody to go through this, because the thing is, you have to be able to understand if there's a life out there, to understand that and absorb what might be there. And a lot of people, I feel like they're not ready, because I feel like a lot of people, they live in denial. They watch the fake news, and they don't watch what they're supposed to watch to be updated in what's going on right now. And it's kind of scary, because when they really see these things or entities come out, when I feel like the disclosure is going to be really close, and it might happen this year, they're going to lose their minds, because they're not informed the way they're supposed to be. And I've been reading, and every day I get on your station, Blake, and I hear about the testimonies that other people have, like the guy that called like about 2 weeks ago, that he experienced things, doing things, and it's 100% truth. I believe that we have been, or we are being manipulated by other. It's not good, I mean, I believe that the disclosure of aliens is going to happen this year, and I just wish a lot of people were ready for what is about to come and what is about to be known, because if you don't know about these things, you're going to lose your mind. You have to be prepared, just with, especially you have to be in good conditions. Myself, I'm Christian, and I believe that you have to be in good standards with Jesus, with God, because otherwise, it's going to be really tough.
So you're saying that if it wasn't for some of the callers that you've heard share their experience right here at Third Phase Moon, you would have basically not have had the guts to call in and share your experience? No. I've been trying to call for the last month and a half, and for some reason, I kind of felt afraid to come forward, because, every time you come forward with experiences, like I used to love and listen to what's I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous. MUFON. I believe a lot in MUFON, but I believe they're connected with somebody else that, they're just not really releasing what you're supposed to.
And I know, Blake, that your show releases very real stuff, and that's why I called. But I've been a little afraid to call because at the same time, I feel like a lot of people would laugh in what I have to say. Even I share my experiences as soon as they happen with my coworkers, and they think I'm crazy. So I'm like, after a while, you kind of like start giving up a little bit, and then you kind of put all these experiences behind your head and keep them. But I couldn't keep this one because this one, I know it happened, and it was, I never experienced anything like this. I did a sleep paralysis. I seen shadow people. I hear voices, entities before. Because I'm a little sensitive to things, but I never seen these things live in my house. And it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm just like, it makes me angry. Why they come in the middle of the night, try to abduct you, do things to you without your willing. It's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not okay with that. It makes me angry, very angry.
Sure. Yeah, I could understand this. I could. Well, Elena, let me bring in a caller. Let's just see if they might have a question for you. Let's go to area code 9. Let's go to area code 952. 952. Hey, you're on the air. Do you got a question for Elena?
Sure, I do. How often do they come and visit you, dear?
Thank you.
How often do they come?
Oh, how often do they come? You know what? The thing is, I never know when something's going to happen to me. Like how I said, the last experience was like October 2016. And then the second one happened in February 17. But before that, I had to, kind of like weird experiences. I mean, like, it just happened here and there. I do not know. I do not know when this is going to happen to me.
Yeah, these things kind of take you by surprise. It's not like a bus schedule. You can't really make an appointment with these guys. They have their own agenda, it seems. Let's bring in an anonymous caller.
Okay.
Yeah, you're up. Unlist the number. Go ahead.
One question was, does she live close to the Zone of Silence or Guadalajara? And has she ever been pregnant and had miscarriages or the babies disappear?
No, not at all, sir. I live in Redondo Beach, California. I'm close to the beach, like basically 10-minute walking. I only had one full-term birth, and I never had a miscarriage.
Wow, Redondo Beach. That's interesting.
Yes.
That's basically my hometown.
There has been sightings in, I know, in Redondo Beach, Malibu, and then I'm not too far from Catalina Island, and and one of the times that I had, like back in 2016, I noticed these two red orbs floating in the sky. They were like red, clear, orange, but I never seen any spaceships or anything like that,
Yeah. What kind of work do you do in Redondo Beach, Elena?
I'm a preschool teacher assistant.
A preschool teacher assistant?
Yeah, I work with little children, like 3-year-olds. Yes.
Oh, excellent. Let's see. Let's go to area code 952 again. Any more questions for Elena? Go ahead.
Sure, I do. You wouldn't have any type of pictures or anything like that you were able to get, were you?
No, I never caught anything on camera. Everything happened just spontaneously. Like after the second experience, I was trying to put a camera, but I'm like thinking, nobody's gonna believe me, But no, I don't have any evidence, just like personal experience.
Sure. Let's go to area code 516. 516, you got a question for the caller?
Yeah. Is she like? Does she feel like? Is it like a spiritual feeling, or is it like like demonic or alien?
It's demonic. It's demonic. I mean, I definitely can tell you it's demonic, because the first time when I noticed this, either spider or long fingers exiting the ceiling in my house, I felt the biggest fear. Like I woke up, I do remember very clearly. I woke up from a sleep paralysis. I was so tired, but for some reason, I felt like I needed to wake up, and I opened my eyes. And when I saw this thing leaving my house from the ceiling out, my heart, I felt like I was having a heart attack. I felt like it hurt, like the biggest, that I never felt so much fear in my life, in my body going through. And as soon as I felt so bad, I called the name of Jesus. As soon as I called the name of Jesus, I felt this warm thing. I don't know if it was an angel or a being that went behind me, and it was kind of like saying, "You see what you're seeing? This is true. You're gonna be okay." It kind of comforted me, and it was able to allow me to see what I was seeing. It was really. I mean, if it wasn't for that warmth, I think I would have died of a heart attack. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
it was really bad. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking more callers. Let me get one more in. This is appreciate you taking that. This is live radio, and you just called in, and you weren't prepared for any of these questions or anything, and you got a lot of guts to come on and do this. So appreciate that. Let's go to area code 609. 609. You got a question for Elena? Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Blake? Yeah, I do have a question for her.
Yes.
Hey, Elena. Listen, have you done any research on any of these type of beings? Like, have you gone online and looked up, like, different types of, like, beings that exist possibly on the Earth? Like, have you done any of that research?
A little bit. I know there's gray aliens. There's the Nordics. There's the reptilians, which is the most nasty race. I know that there has been a lot of abductions and missing children because those reptilians, they're they're not good. And I know about the praying mantis beings, and I know these beings that they're like a little shorter than the grays with red eyes. Yes, I have been, listening to a lot of different shows, about like the the Skinwalker Ranch, and the other ranch that is in Utah, and I mean, it's not good.
Yeah, she's done her research. She has.
I think.
You definitely have.
I think these are not aliens. I think there are demonic entities that there are coming from different dimensions and portals. Like if you guys read Genesis 6, before and after Noah, there are these beings that live in the earth, which are they call them the Nephilims or the,
Sure.
I mean,
Sure,
I
sure,
do
sure.
believe on all that, yes. I mean, I don't think this is good at all. They're not friendly aliens that are trying to save the human race, because if you ask yourself, if they apparently said that they create us, who create them, right? I mean, you got to think about that. There's only one God.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what information that you had based on these beings, because, for you to call on the show and just say, I've seen this being, and you not explain what it is, but you have all this information, that you've done all this research based on all these other beings that exist. I just wanted to know if you could link one of the beings that you've done research on to the thing that you saw, that exited through the roof of your house.
Okay,
that's
I
important
just
for you to
let you
actually
know.
label, what you're seeing. You can't just say like this random thing, because for people that are listening on the show, it's hard for them to like get a picture of, like, in their head about what this thing actually looks like. But it's easier when we can link it to something else. So if you could do that for us, that'd be kind of cool. So.
I understand, but the beings that I described to you, they do not look like the being that I saw exiting my ceiling. It was like the Queen Mother of Prometheus. If you see the Aliens episodes, I love that movie, but they look like the Queen Mother, the one that laid eggs, like the shell, kind of like elongated head, kind of like that, just like that. I never seen anything like that. Like from what I know and the beings that I know that exist around us, I never seen that. I have never
Okay, cool.
seen
Yeah,
anything.
that was my question. That's what I wanted to get cleared up. If if it was something completely different from the other things that I know about, and to hear that that it is something different, that's that's kind of freaky to think about. I'm done, Blake. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look up the Queen Mother of Prometheus, and I want to get this right because, yeah, that's quite interesting. Did you get to see that movie, Area Code 609? He just he dropped out, but that was I love the questions from the public as well. That's why I open up the line so
too.
people can do that. That's amazing.
I just want to
Go
make
ahead.
sure, whoever has a question, because I never seen anything like this. Like, I never, ever experienced anything like this. And I wanted to share it because I want to know if there's someone out there that have seen things like I have seen.
Well, you know what, Elena? Appreciate you sharing this. And we're going to basically get this word out from your testimony to the world on our YouTube channel, Third Phase of Moon. So I appreciate your call in. And basically, you stared down the beast, and you won. Victory for you, Elena. To come across that and handle this, you did such an amazing job. Good job. Stay in touch. You never know. They might be back.
I will. If I notice everything or experience everything, I will call you guys, and I'm gonna try to record things. I'm gonna try to be more aware. So I just I feel like I want people to know that there's something out there, and it's not good. It's just not good. I feel like something else is trying to control us, or like genetic modified and change our genes out there, but I just want everybody to know that there's something in this world, and I believe it's underneath of where we live in. I believe these beings live underground. They're underground. They're within us.
Elena, you stay safe. You keep your shields up, and we're going to get the word out right here at Third Phase Moon, and it's been my pleasure broadcasting tonight. We're going on an assignment this week, so we're not going to be able to broadcast this Monday, but we're going to be broadcasting again this Friday, taking your calls from around the world. you'll be quite amazed what you're going to be seeing coming up this week right here at Third Phase Moon. I'm going to be excited to share it with you, but we're going to have to keep it on the down low for now. Blake Cousins, stay safe. Stay safe, everybody. It's a wild world out there, and people are experiencing wild things. And you never know when it's going to go down. Have your camera ready and have that steady hand. And if you capture anything amazing, send it to us right here at Third Phase Moon. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.
This is Flight